One of the most frustrating experiences for any Quora user is putting their time and effort into writing the best possible answer and then not seeing it displayed. It can be disheartening. Your hard work passes unnoticed and disappears into thin air. But here's the thing. There are many reasons why your answer is not visible on Quora, and in this video, we'll explore some of those possibilities. First things first, if you're not seeing your answer on Quora, it's probably due to one of Quora's policies. So Quora follows a key principle intended to make pages more helpful for people interested in a particular question. This means that answers may be collapsed if they do not contribute effectively to the overall value and relevance of a page. And it could also be a violation of their spam policy. So, to ensure your answer is visible on Quora, it's essential to provide valuable and insightful information that directly addresses the question being asked. Avoid posting irrelevant or low-quality content that doesn't add value to the discussion. Quora prioritizes quality and usefulness for its users, so make sure your answer is well-written, it's informative, and it aligns with the topic at hand. With that being said, here are some specific reasons why your answer isn't showing up. Number 1 is an image violation. If you want to use images taken from third-party websites, you have to make sure all the images include proper attribution. You can do this by adding a legend below the image saying source and where you took it from. Another thing you have to keep in mind is that adult images and videos are only allowed on adult spaces and on pages involving adult topics, and which have been tagged with the appropriate Quora adult topics. These images include graphic violence and sex-related media. Also, images and videos of extreme graphic violence or links to such images and videos are only allowed if they don't glorify violence or they are clearly helpful and necessary to the answer. And one last thing, meme-only replies are forbidden. But I actually want to point out that Quora's actions contradict their policy, because I've seen more and more answers where the reply is only a meme image and that's it. So it's fair to say that their stance on this has changed, but according to their policy, you're not supposed to do it. The second reason why your answer got collapsed is due to undisclosed affiliations. For example, if a user writes an answer about his own company or product, then the answer or the topic-specific credential should clarify the user's affiliation with the company. This disclosure can be brief, and it doesn't need to be separated as long as it's clear. And to leave no room for doubt here, relevant affiliation is any involvement that a reasonable observer would think is significant for interpreting the user's views in an answer. The third reason is due to a review violation. Product and service reviews play a crucial role in helping consumers make informed decisions about products or services they're interested in. So because of that, when someone violates the guidelines for writing reviews, it can negatively impact the overall credibility and usefulness of those reviews. So Quora must maintain the integrity of the system by ensuring genuine reviews that reflect real experiences. To ensure this, Quora has specific views on reviews. For example, the review should state the basis for any opinion expressed, meaning you need to express why you're providing that review. It's very simple. Also, the review should be based on the writer's actual experience. In this particular case, that means that you actually have to use a product or a service and then give your opinion. And lastly, the review should disclose if the writer is affiliated with the party being reviewed or the competitor, or if you received monetary compensation or other reward for posting. The fourth reason is due to content without attribution. When you use external content, it's essential to explicitly attribute the original source, and it's also important to clearly indicate which portions of the text have been copied or paraphrased. This practice shows respect for the original author's work, and it ensures transparency and integrity in sharing information. This is basically what journalists do when they cite sources, so just do the same. Also, remember that from Quora's perspective, citing sources prevents plagiarism and copyright infringement issues caused by unauthorized use of somebody else's work. So just cite the source and you'll be fine. The fifth reason why your answer is collapsed may be because your response doesn't actually answer the question. When providing an answer on Quora, it's key to ensure that your response directly addresses the question asked. A well-written answer should not misinterpret the question language or respond to a different question altogether. But, and here's the big but, it's acceptable for an answer to challenge the premise in the question instead of directly answering it. For example, if you stay focused on the original question and you provide relevant insights, you'll demonstrate your expertise and provide valuable information for those seeking answers. Remember that Quora is a platform where users find specific solutions or learn about a particular topic. So it's important to respect their intent by giving accurate and meaningful responses that fit their questions. The sixth reason is due to restricted content. There are certain things you need to address carefully. These include, but are not limited to, sensitive topics like hate speech, explicit or adult content, harassment, or any form of illegal activity. So if for whatever reason you want to engage in those topics, you need caution and respect. Also, there are other topics that don't fall into the problematic topics category but need to be handled carefully. For example, alcohol, dating services, subscription services, VPNs and proxy servers, healthcare and medicine, contests and sweepstakes, among others. So if you want to engage in those topics, you need to be extra careful with the wording you use and the content you share. I'll leave the link to Quora's policy below so you can check the complete list of topics. It clearly tells you what's allowed and what's not. Check it before you write anything related to those topics, otherwise your content will continue to get collapsed or deleted on the platform. And the seventh and final reason is the spam algorithm. You probably overuse the same images, and this is actually something that is not in their content policies, but it was confirmed by someone I know who works at Quora. And it's actually something that's happened to me. That's actually how I know it exists. So basically, if you reuse the same image in many answers in a short period of time, you'll trigger the spam algorithm and your answers will be collapsed. To avoid this from happening, just don't use the same image in more than 2 answers in a period of 7 days. That should help you stay on the safe side and avoid having your answers collapsed. Alright, let's say you already identified the problem, fixed it, and updated your Quora answers, but your answer is still nowhere to be seen. So what do you do then? Well, at this point, you'll want to contact Quora to let them know you identified the problem, tell them what you think the issue was, and what you've done to fix the problem, and provide them with the link to the collapsed answers. After that, they will review your situation and answers to determine what steps need to be taken to restore your content. Sometimes they'll outright uncollapse the content, and other times they'll let you know that there are still some things that you need to do, and they will tell you how to proceed. As you can see, there are a few things you can do to identify why your answer got collapsed, and some things you can do to fix the problem. So just implement what you learned here today, and you should be fine. Also, since you're already updating your answers, watch this video right here because it teaches you some things you should do to improve the quality of your answers to get more views on Quora.